Looking for another fun, great cookie idea for Halloween? Look no further, I got you. So we're going to start with our white outline icing, and I'm going to just make a shape of a ghost here right in the middle and just do a few different ghost shapes. You can really do them any way you'd like. And this is a bigger round cookie I have. It's about 4.5 inches across. It's the Wilton box of 101 cutters, and it is the biggest circle cutter I have, just so I can get a nice big design on there. And so I'm using my outline here to outline different shapes of ghosts. And usually I would let this dry and flood it after, but what we're going to do is we're going to flood them right away. And the reason is I'm going for a look that is going to dry flat. So the whole surface, we want it to be a flat. So it's almost like a wet on wet technique. But when you're doing more of a detailed wet on wet, sometimes you need to outline your design so that they hold the flood in the shape that you want it to. And then when you flood in between, you know, it's not going to ruin the shape. The shape will keep hold there. So now what I'm doing is just filling my ghosts up with my outline consistency here, just to make sure that they don't crater. They shouldn't really, because this is going to be a, you know, wet on wet sort of flood beside this right away type cookie, but because there's a little bit of time by the time I flood all these ghosts, and we're going to flood all the space in between as well, some of them might start to dry, and as I'm working on it, might start to crater right away. So this is just, you know, a kind of extra insurance that it's not going to happen, and it's also going to keep them nice and fluffy looking. You can see I outlined some of them right on the edge there, so some coming off the cookie a little bit. And again, we're trying to move a little bit faster than normal. It doesn't have to be perfect, because I don't want this to start crusting over too much. I want the final product to kind of look flat and even on one surface, instead of having, you know, the ghost raised more than the background, or vice versa. So I'm just trying to go as fast as I can without being too sloppy here. And again, I didn't let my outline dry, I just flooded right after, but it's thick, so it's holding in that icing well. And of course, if you ever need to go in with your scribe, you can do that as well. And now I'm taking my orange outline icing, and I'm just going to outline the cookie wherever there's a bare edge here. So stopping wherever I have a ghost there and continuing off. And the reason being, I just want to make sure that when we go to flood, that it stays on the cookie and it's not going to come off the sides. And then I'm going to go in right away with my flood, and I'm going to carefully flood around each of the ghosts. So I'm taking my time here. If you can't get into any cracks there that are really small, or corners that are small, you can always use your scribe afterwards to pull the icing in. And again, we want to work a little bit on the quick side here, not, you know, sloppily, but quick enough so that the white icing isn't drying too much. Every step takes a little bit of time, so, you know, some of the white icing may start to crust over while you're working on it, and that's okay. But whenever you flood next to a section that is not fully dry or hasn't had enough time to crust over, the icing kind of melts together and makes one smooth flat surface. So that's what we're going for. If I wanted a separation or kind of an indent in between the ghost and the orange color, I would let the ghost dry, and that would give us more of that sort of indentation. But that's not what I'm going for here, so that's why we're flooding right away after the ghosts were flooded. So just kind of different styles to do with your cookies and things to think about when you're doing them. And this is going to give us that wet on wet look. But usually when you have bigger designs, you know, if I flooded this all orange, for example, and then did the ghosts on top, chances are it's going to be too much icing for the cookie, and when I go to flood the ghosts on top of the orange, it would push the orange icing off the cookie. So this is a way not to put too much icing on the cookie and make sure everything stays where it should be. And now you can kind of see it's taking form. And I'm going to let it fully dry here. And again, I want to make sure this is fully dry because I'm going to use my edible marker. I'll link this marker under the video in the description. It's one of my favorites here because it has a really fine tip. And we're going to loosely outline these ghosts. So I don't want to put the outline right exactly on the edge of the white. I kind of want to do it imperfect. And then I'm just using my other side of my pen here. It's just a thicker tip. And you can make any kind of faces, happy, mad, sad, whichever you want. Mix it up a little bit. And I really like this look of like the edible marker on top of royal icing. I think it looks really cool. I'm really into this sort of in the last little bit. I like the different looks and style that it gives. You can also do this with a black outline icing too, to do these little details. That is totally fine as well. There's always ways around if you don't have the exact tools to do them. And you just have fun with it. And you make exactly what you want. You can customize them all to your liking. I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully you learned a new technique. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Happy baking!